Lately, I've found myself thinking about that question a lot. Actually, that's not true. I've been thinking about it for years. Not because creating is difficult, at least not in the way people usually mean. It's not the late nights, it's not work, and it's not even the uncertainty. I think every dream eventually reaches a point where it stops feeling exciting, a point where everything starts to feel real, and that's usually where the questions show up. The questions nobody really talks about. The truth is, I know how unlikely all of this is. I know how many people are trying to build something online, and I know how many creators are chasing the exact same thing. And some days I wonder if I'm any different. And somehow I ended up back here again. And I've always found that interesting because there were plenty of opportunities to stop. I spent a lot of time trying different things. Some of them lasted a few months, some of them lasted a few years. Some felt like they were going to become my entire future. And for a little while, I believed they would. It's funny how we're convinced we've figured everything out. When I think about the future, I don't really picture numbers. I don't really picture subscribers, and I don't even picture views. I picture moments. A video somebody remembers years later. A joke that made somebody laugh when they needed it. A story that stayed with someone longer than I expected. I think that's why I always liked creating. It just felt human. And life has a way of becoming noisy. Responsibilities, stress, uncertainty, the things that everybody carries around, whether they talk about them or not. And sometimes a small distraction can mean more than people realize. A game, a movie, a video, or even a conversation. Something that helps for a little while. And I think that's what first made me fall in love with content creation. Not the idea of being a creator, but the idea of creating something people could spend time with. For the last 4 years, I've been doing exactly that. Not perfectly, not consistently, but I've been doing it. Different channels, different ideas, different friend groups, and different versions myself. And looking back, I almost feel strange. So much has changed since then, and lots of people came into my life, and now many have left. And how many times I started over is more times than I can count. There was a point where I became completely invested in game development. I spent hours learning, building, creating, trying to turn ideas into something real. And honestly, I loved it. But eventually, the excitement faded. So I moved on. Then there was the clothing brand, a website, products, and an LLC. Something that felt real. For a while, I actually thought was the path I'd stay on. But eventually, I moved on from that too. And that's when I started noticing a pattern. Most things eventually lost their spark. The excitement faded, the obsession faded, the motivation faded. But videos never did. No matter how long I disappeared, I came back. And no matter how convinced I was finished, I came back. And after a while, I stopped questioning it because maybe some things don't need to be explained. Maybe some things just become part of who you are. And for me, creating has always been one of those things. Not because of views and not because of money, and definitely not because of an algorithm. I still don't think anybody understands that, but that's okay. What matters is the people, the memories, the moments, and the friendships, the things that stay with you. I still remember creators whose videos helped me through difficult days, not because they changed my life, but because they made a day feel lighter. And honestly, I think that's enough. I don't need to change the world. I don't think most people do. I think making one person's day better is already something worth being proud of. So, is any of this worth it? I still don't know where all of this leads. I don't know what happens next, and I don't know what this channel looks like years from now. But I do know one thing. If I quit now, I'll never get a chance to find out. And if one day somebody tells me that one of my videos helped them, made them laugh, made a difficult day a little easier, or simply gave them something to look forward to, then every late night, every restart, every mistake, and every doubt will have been worth it. And for now, that's enough.